Hey guys, and welcome back. So this video is going to be a little bit different than some of the videos I've done recently. Um, I was doing a winter walkabout video at night, and I know I wanted to go outside, and I wanted to do some stuff out there with winter time. And I didn't really know where the video was going, but as I was doing my night walkabout, I kind of was thinking, what would I do if I was stuck out here? I know I wanted to do some survival stuff, and I wanted to do the winter fire, so that kind of turned into what this video is. I decided to try to make an impromptu survival shelter out in the snow, something that would just get me through one night, and then I wanted to practice making a winter fire in the snow. So that's what this video kind of turned into. Now, this video is brought to you by John over at Fat Man Outdoors, because this was my primary knife I used out there, and this was my primary light. So I got to play with this, test that out in the cold, snow, wet. I mean, I dropped it down my basement stairs. Sorry, John. Still works. So far, initial impressions on this light are really good. Now, the stuff you see in front of me here is the More Robust, the Scout 511, the Thor Fire, and can of biofuel. Now, some of my newer people that are watching, the newer subscribers, probably don't know what this is from. I did some alternative fuel testing for camping and surviving and stuff like that. So this was left over from that. This was actually in my bag. I always had it in my bag. If you watch my What's in My Bag video, you know I always have this with me. So I took my bag out there with me as long as these items here. Near the end of the video, I decided to kind of do a little scenario of what if I lost my bag. So when I do my my winter fire, I do it with just the items here. And I had my ferro rod, which I don't have here, but I had out there with me. So this was eliminated from that. But I make an impromptu shelter. You'll get to see the process of kind of scouting out locations and my thoughts on what I may or may not do if I was in the actual situation. So that's kind of what this video turned out to be. And I want to let you guys know I am by no means a survival expert. You know, I'll watch a video here and there. I have my orange book that you guys saw, which gives tips. It's kind of a survival, camping, woodcraft book. The thing's damn near 80 or 90 years old, so a lot of information in there. But I just kind of did what I would do if I was in that situation. Probably did some stuff wrong. I think I did a few things right. So by no means use this as a survival tool. This is just kind of showing you my processes and thoughts. Now, like any good video that I work on, there was some footage that was lost, but the majority of it is there. It's just a few cutscenes of when I actually go into my bag and pull this out, and then the final stage of the shelter where I add the kind of the final layers and do the impromptu door. So those are missing, but I'll kind of put notes up in the video. You'll see the captions come up at those points, and I kind of I'll narrate through the captions kind of what was going through my mind when I was filming. So if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, stay tuned. This is going to roll into that, and it's going to pick up right where I start outside and get going. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy. Hey guys, so out here kind of doing a nighttime winter video. I kind of wanted to see if I can do a winter fire, as well as possibly doing some other outdoor WoodCraft stuff. Let's take a light. Here is the Olight sent to me by John over at Fat Man Outdoors. So let's see what we got. My camera's not the best nighttime, but I'll tell you what, this thing is lightening it up. The snow isn't helping, kind of helps interfere, but it gives you an idea how bright it is. Let's see if I can go out this way. I assure you it's bright. Anyways, so kind of want to look at making possibly some emergency shelter or something along those lines. So we'll see what we can come up with. You can see my breath. It's about 5 to 10 degrees outside right now. So I think this will be a good post-up spot. Got some stuff over here. Possibly make emergency winter shelter. Got some kindling. I want to figure out where I'm going to make my winter fire at. So, but I'm going to walk around some more. see if I can come up with anything else, but what I'm looking for is structures that are raised above the ground because there's not enough snow to make like a little snow cave shelter. So I'm looking for structures that are raised, little thickets, any down trees that I could use to my advantage. So anything that I can use to put something between me and the cold air. So, but I'll just keep on going and see what we get to. So one of the things I found out here while I was going out is there's lots of deadfall right here. And then right here is this uprooted tree. And what I would use this for, so if I was to set up camp here for the night, is you want to get as much energy out of your fire as possible. So a lot of people utilize a heat reflector, which will reflect the heat back to you. And this could be used as a natural heat reflector if you don't have the time or energy to build one, and clear some of this stuff out. And that's just a massive dirt and roots. You can build your fire in here, and that's going to reflect some of that heat back at you. So just something to think about. Use what's given to you. So if you come across a uprooted tree and lots of deadfall, you could use this as a emergency shelter. So found this nice raised embankment, which runs all the way down that way. So I think I'm going to utilize the natural formation here to kind of do a half of a snow cave, kind of push some of this stuff out and make a little area for myself to possibly lay in, possibly do a little fire in front here. I'm going to get to work on it and see what I can do. It's significantly higher than the rest of the ground, so make a little impromptu shelter in there for the night and see how that works. I'll set the camera up so you guys can see me getting to work. Alright guys, I'm going to get to work, and for full disclosure, I'm not going to be camping out here for the whole night, but I do want to just kind of make a little campsite if I wanted to. I mean, I can always come back here, or just to show what you would do if you were, if you got lost out in the woods while you're hunting and you knew your cell phone was dead, or you couldn't get help, or something along those lines. Kind of use what you got and get through the night, start over the next day. So let's see what we can come up with. Alright, so I'm going to bring out the robust, kind of use that to kind of clear some of this stuff up and get going. You'll notice that stuff I'm cutting out, I'm not just throwing off to the side. What I'm going to do is try to bend some of that grass and stuff over to make a makeshift roof. And then also I can take some of that stuff and lay it on the ground as a barrier between me and the ground. Because you want to insulate yourself from the ground. The ground is where you're going to lose most of your heat. So the ground is frozen, so I'm going to come up with something that I can lay on to insulate myself. Alright, so you can kind of see there's the thatched roof. I'm going to be up and under here. I still have some work to do, but it's getting there. I'll show you a little bit more as I make some progress. Alright, so what I've done is I've harvested some grass using the Mora. Kind of just going through and made my roof. Made some sides here. Something to kind of be a little wind block. So now I can fit up in here pretty good. As you can see, it's not the most solid thing in the world, but you have a barrier between you and the elements. So something started. I'll see what I got in my bag to make this a little bit more comfortable like home, but yeah, we'll get it started. I'm probably add a couple more layers of grass, but you can see from the outside it's turning into a little burrow. Now, I'm not any survival expert by any means, but I do know that if you use what you've got around you and do a little bit of problem solving, you can get through any short-term scenario relatively well. So I'm going to keep going and see what we come up with. Alright, so what I've gone and done is put kind of some sides up, kind of as like a little wind block, but I know it doesn't look very big. and it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be just an emergency, get through the night scenario. But there's enough room for my head and my feet if I stay in kind of a curled up position. You can see that I put some stuff between me and the ground. And what I'm going to do now is go through my bag and kind of see what I've got that I can use to make this a little more suitable for the night. So there's our little impromptu shelter for the night. Let's see what we got that we can use. Alright guys, so I am inside. The light on the camera is not working because it's too cold. But got the sterno going, got my bag, but what's cool is, I really hope you can see it, that is a thermometer. See that thermometer, compass, magnifying glass, a little gift I got for Christmas. But if you see, it's been hanging in here, been in here for about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And outside, like I said, is about 10 degrees. Now you can't really see it, I really wish it would focus. That is showing up at about 32 degrees. So it's a good 15 to 20 degrees warmer in here than it is out there. So I want to see how warm I can get it. Probably won't go above 32, but I'll give it another couple minutes. There we go. So about 32 degrees. Is it the ideal shelter? No. But is sleeping in a 32 degree grass emergency hut better than sleeping in 10 degree exposed elements? Absolutely. And the cool thing is, if it snows, a lot of this matting, you can see this is the roof. A lot of that matting will hold the snow out, which will insulate it even more. So it's not comfy by any means, but it'll work. It would keep me alive for a night. So give you a tour of the grass hut. That's where the head goes. That's where kind of the body goes. That's where your feet would go. Sorry for all the found footage, quality camera work, but I'm working out this whole nighttime shooting thing. But all right, we'll get to the next part and try to do a winter fire at night. Okay, so I want to make a winter fire. First things first, I want to clear out some of the snow. And you know, I don't have any, like I said, any formal survival training. I'm just going off of what I would do. So I've kind of built a mat here to build my fire on top of, because as it gets going, I don't want any of the snow to melt and ruin my fire. So I want to just make a big old tinder bundle right in the middle and try to spark that, and then chain reaction starts everything else. So I'm in my kind of HQ area, which is hedgerow and kind of new growth woods. So there's not a lot to work with, but as you can see, I've just got some stuff that I found in the field. So for this scenario, I'm going to kind of pretend that I lost my bag. So the question would be, what would I use to get this started? Well, I have my knife and I have my my ferro rod. So what I'm going to try to do to make some tinder, so I'm actually going to sacrifice a little bit of sock. I got 2 layers of sock on, so I'm going to go to the inner layer of sock and try to de-thread it a little bit, use my knife to kind of fuzz it up and use that as a tinder. So just the top of my sock, the one on the inside, I'm going to kind of string it up and make a kind of a ball of that in there and see if that'll take. I'll give that a shot. Okay, so essentially where I'm at is I have a mixture of fluff for my jacket, a sock, and then I'm doing some fine shavings to see if I can get this to go. So now you would think it wouldn't be any harder than a normal fire, or you may think that, you may know that, I don't know. But hands are cold. Oh, almost had it.
go. To be honest, that was a little bit harder than I thought. Everything's a little damp. Yeah, cool. Winter fire. That's a little notch in my belt. I'm gonna have to perfect that a little bit. Anyway, lots of clips. Try to put something together. Nice and toasty. So, make a fire. Made a shelter. That would get us through one night. So, thanks for watching. This segment will probably wrap up into a just kind of end of video segment.
Alright guys, just some final thoughts as you guys wrapped up the video. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. But the thing about the fire that was the most challenging was everything was damp. My idea of using the sock as kind of a tinder, when I handled the sock was dry prior, but when I handled it with the knife and everything like that, it became damp. So I kind of had to get creative on making something that would light. And as you can see, I had a heck of a time just striking and striking and striking and striking. But I did prevail in the end. I really think that the shelter would have been serviceable for a one-night situation. It got up to 32, 33 degrees, and I think if I would have threw a couple more layers of the stuff on, and then just kind of let it heat up a little bit more, I think it would have been a little bit warmer. But still, I mean, I'll take it. An extra 20 degrees is essential when you're in a situation like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. If you did, let me know. We'll see y'all really soon. I got a couple more videos I'm kind of pumping out over the holiday weekend. So enjoy, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you around.